Hey, welcome everybody to my live stream today. I really appreciate you stopping by. Uh, this is a suggestion from one of my subscribers. He just asked me, could I do a live stream question and answer only, maybe once or twice a week. And I thought it was a good a suggestion. So here I am. I said good morning to my subscribers in the Philippines. Good evening to my subscribers in America and beyond. I'm going to be taking your questions today. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to start out until y'all's questions come in. The first question is, what is my workout routine? Well, I have a body weight, 8 exercise body weight workout that I do every morning, just about every morning. And it's 30 seconds work, 30 seconds rest. And I do 2 sets, sometimes 3, depending on how I feel. You can go on my YouTube channel and you can access that workout. I'm going to do it again when the park opens up. But I do that religiously. I've lost 27 pounds of fat. There's no weights involved. I've stretched for about 15 minutes. Earl Jackson says, is that a motorcycle I see? Yeah, that's my girlfriend's. What is that? A mid-soul. I think it's Kawasaki. That's 25cc, but it gets us around. Hey, Retired 2019. Thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, Robert Dame. He said another Jordan rule, and I was just talking to my girlfriend about this yesterday. He says, when you move something, put it back where you found it. Man, they're good at that. I tell you, that's the truth. Hey, David, thanks for that super chat, brother. He's checking in from Augusta, Georgia. I think that's where James Brown is from. Let's see. Hey, good evening from snowy Chicago. Yeah, I've got a partner there, Sal from Chicago. He said y'all got some snow. Said y'all expecting some more Saturday. Gray Man, he said, just subscribed. Heard about you from Paul Old Dog New Tricks channel. Oh, man, Gray Man, tell Paul I said thank you. I really appreciate it. I consider that an honor, man, to get a shout out from him. He's one of the guys that I used to follow. Hey, Retired 2019, thanks for that super chat. He says, hey, Calvin, how did you get fit? Well, I've got a 8 exercise body weight routine that I do practically every morning, and you can go on my channel, Retired, and see it. It's no equipment, no problem home workout. And of course, over here, you're going to tweak your diet because a lot of the comfort foods that I'm used to eating in America, I can't get here. So yeah, I've lost 27 pounds of fat, man. I'm so glad. Hey, Yusuf, he says, hi, brother. What's up? Jonathan Luna, that's my partner, man. He texts me every day from Brooklyn. What's up, Jonathan? He says, a music man, San Diego. He said, hello from San Diego. Calvin, you're the man. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, I appreciate you too. I was in the Navy. I went to A school out in San Diego, man. I love it out there. I think that's Balboa Park, man. We used to go to all the time. And that was in my wild days when I was smoking weed and stuff. Thanks, Retired 2019. Said congratulations on getting fit. Man, I tell you. Hey, Mickey, what's that, 1863. Thanks for that super chat. I really appreciate it, man. Hey, the Dre Diggity, thanks for that super chat. VR Drifter says, what's up from Cincinnati? Lots of people have been throwing your name out on Geo and other platforms. Glad to see you grow. Man, it's humbling, really, man. I'm grateful, though. I think people relate to me because I'm just a regular Joe, man, like y'all, who had the courage to follow his dream, man. That's all I did. And I think y'all can relate to me because, man, I'm not some know-it-all or some expert, man. I just tell you, I give you the nitty-gritty. You know, I'm going to tell you, when you get over here, I promise you, man, you take what I tell you, you take it to the bank because I didn't have it. He says, Demetrius Boyd said, what was your rate in the Navy? I was a cook. I was an E4 when I got out, but I never cooked because I'm so good at numbers. I'm so good with numbers. I can beat a computer. I can beat a calculator. And once they found that out, they put me in cargo. I was over 18 storerooms, and I was the man on the carrier, man. I had every hookup that you could possibly have from E9s on down, man. They knew who I was because when we crossed the equator, I had the keys to the Coke, the Sprite, and the Pepsi. And you had to come through me to get it. Jason Flint says, Calvin, no, you are real, and we appreciate that, bro. Thanks. Hey, thank you, Jason, man. I don't know any other way to be, for real, to be honest with you, man. You know, my mother was like that. She didn't sugarcoat nothing. I don't care if you was the president of the United States or the drunk down on the corner. She told you how it was, and I guess I got that from her. Vince Ostrowski says, hey, hello, Calvin. I've been enjoying your words of wisdom. How limited would it be if retired there and I didn't want to own a car or motorcycle? Well, you'd be just like me, Vince. I don't own a car or motorcycle. You wouldn't be limited, especially in a place like San Carlos. See, they've got pedicabs, tricycles. They've got buses if you want to go to Dumagetti, Bacala. No, you wouldn't be limited. Momentum L, hey, what's up, brother? Thanks for your kindness, your generosity, support, man. I really appreciate it. There's Stay Frosty. He's always following me, man. I appreciate it, man. Bobby G in Denver, what's up, man? I'm doing my live on it right now, brother. He says, how's that new computer working for you? I decided to do my live chats on computer instead of my phone because my phone, the battery goes down so low. Remember, it's an old iPhone 7, and I won't change it, man. I'm from the old school. If it ain't broke, don't break it. Okay, that's where I'm looking. Larry June says, COVID numbers are going down in the U.S. Could be good news for traveling soon. Hey, I hope so, man, and I'm thankful because a lot of people died, man. See, I'm not one of those guys. There's no conspiracy surrounding this COVID with me. I believe it. The people over here believe it. And if you're looking at this video, you better believe it. Take precautions, man. Wear your mask, social distance, you know, all that stuff, man, because I'm 57, man. Hell, if I catch it, man, I might not make it. Music Man says, I would think you lose weight living there, but why is that some foreigners stay fat in the field? He said, I'm a big guy, but want to lose weight. Lost weight when visiting there only 2 weeks. You're right, Music Man, because see, the diet over here, this Filipino diet, it's low in calcium. 90% of Filipino adults are low in calcium, and 50% of all Filipinos are adult Filipinos are low in protein. And what that does is that shrinks your body mass. See, yeah. So if you come over here and you eat a Filipino diet, you're gonna lose weight. So when you come over here, eat a lot of chicken like I do. And if you come from America, bring one of those protein supplements with you, you know, that you can make a shake out of it, man, because you're going to need it. But yeah, you're right, Music Man. You're going to lose weight over here, but for the wrong reasons. Tony P, what's up, brother? He said, we just got the new strain here in Vegas. Yeah, they've got the new strain here in the Philippines, man, I tell you. And I'm pleasantly surprised with the performance of the Philippines, the government and the people with this COVID, because I thought it was going to overrun this place with some of the bad habits they have over here, but they've taken it serious, man. And, you know, one thing I can say about people over here, they're more concerned about their safety than their rights. You know, in America, I see my family, you know, everybody's wondering, man, don't take my rights away. Hey, you ain't got no rights if you're dead. That's the way I look at it. Um, yeah, Michael Foster, you're right. Mostly didn't eat it. It's too hot. And a lot of the foods that you enjoy in America, they're not over here. And see, you're right. Because I'm going to tell you something. Look at my video about finding the fountain of youth over here. There's 4 keys. 365 days of sunshine. Beautiful women. Tweak your diet. And then get physically active. Hey, Robert Dame, thanks for that super chat. And one way of getting active over here is the public transportation is not like it is in my hometown of Louisville. A bus runs every 15 minutes. It's not here. So you walk a lot over here that you're not used to doing over there. Ask my buddy John Wells. He's on here. He stays in. I know he's in good shape, man. He walks everywhere. That's how I met him. He was walking. I was at the laundry sitting on my behind, and here he comes up the street, him and his wife, and he stopped and talked to me, which was a shock, man, because I'm going to tell you, he's a good guy, because normally they'll just keep on walking by you, man. They won't even acknowledge you, but I knew right away he was a good guy. Danny Philippine says, hey, John, any experience yourself having a maid? I've got a maid, but it's not really my maid. But most people over here have a maid. And I think they do that as a way of helping each other. You know, letting somebody come over and wash your clothes, clean your house, that sort of thing, to add to earn a few extra pesos because they know their situation. They know the situation over here. But yeah, I've always had a maid, you know, ever since I've been here. Tony P says, am I close to Laguna? No, that's up in Luzon. I'm in Western Visayas, because, you know, there's 3 regions. There's Luzon, that's where Manila is, then the Visayas region, then Mindanao. Mindanao being the biggest island. I'm in the Visayas, Western Visayas, Negros Occidental. Now they have a Negros Oriental, which is where Dumaguete is. So, and yeah, it's actually Negroes Oriental and Negroes Occidental, because when the Spain discoverers came here, they saw how dark the native Filipinos were over here. They called them Negroes, you know, but we pronounce it Negros Occidental and Negros Oriental, but that's where the name comes from, Negroes Occidental. Michael Foster says, have you been to Tacloban? Absolutely, man, and it's heartbreaking. It's a great place. The people are so nice. I went there January of 2020. I was visiting some friends in Ormond City, and I just wanted to go to Tacloban just to see the progress since Typhoon Yolanda, man. They've come a long way. But also while I was there, I did renew my visa. So if you're down there, it's quick. Boom. Zamboanga's the fastest. Then I would have to say Bacolod City's next, then Tacloban. Martin DeVillier, thanks for that super chat. He says, I really enjoy your videos, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. They're just real. I was talking to a guy, chatting with a guy today. You know, I just told him they come from my heart. It's based on my experiences. If I haven't experienced it, I know something really about it, I won't talk about it because my sincerity won't come through. But Tacloban would be the 3rd place to get your, the fastest way to get your visa renewed. Because when you go to Dumaguete, Cebu, Manila, it's an all-day process. You're going to be there all day. As a matter of fact, in Dumaguete, they'll say, just leave your stuff here and go somewhere and come back. And say, I don't like that. Time Traveler says, what's up, Calvin? Love the VSA. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Out of stock, sir. That's funny. He says, excellent information. I love your channel, Calvin. I got that yesterday. As a matter of fact, every day I go to the store looking for something, I get that out of stock, sir. And you just got to get used to that over here, man. I tell you. Tony P says, do they have the vaccines there yet? They do. But, of course, it's only for the frontliners right now. And, of course, as a foreigner, I'm probably way in the back of the line. They're already talking about the corruption over here. And, you know, I just hope and pray that everything works out the way it's supposed to. Tony P says, I love the channel. Man, thanks, man. I really appreciate it, man. I tell you, I started this channel back in July of 2020. Hey, thank you, Jesse Howe, for that super chat. He's up in, now he's a guy that's close to Laguna, right, Jesse? Are you close to Laguna? A guy asked me, was I close to Laguna? But I think you are. Are you up? Hey, Music Man, San Diego, thanks for that super chat. I really, really appreciate it, man. Your kindness, generosity, support. It's just been amazing, man. Okay, Danny Philippines says the Black Filipino. Yeah, I follow him, as a matter of fact. Tony P said that was me. He asked Jesse King, but I think Jesse's up by somewhere up that way. I know he lives by the water, which is, once this pandemic is over with, man, I'm moving close to the water as I can. That's for sure. Okay, absolutely, Music Man. We went over there the other day. I went over there yesterday and took a 25-kilo bag of rice because they got a lot of people living in that house. And what I'm eventually going to do, because labor over here is fairly cheap, I'm going to take a carpenter over and have him redo that floor, because we ordered her a wheelchair, and even if I gave him the wheelchair, they wouldn't be able to push it out of the house. Hell, if you look on my videos, you'll see it's just a bunch of big planks laid together. They wouldn't be able to get there, but yeah, I'm gonna have somebody go over there and buy some plywood, because stuff like that is fairly cheap over here. Labor, absolutely, is cheap. I'm gonna have them redo that whole floor. I've adopted that family, man. It doesn't take much to do that, and as a matter of fact, one of my questions was on that. Let me read it real quick. It says, he says, by helping the little girl and her family, are you also hindering them by making them dependent on you? In some cases, that would be true. But in this case, I'm going to tell you something, man. That situation is so dire. I was so thankful somebody pointed me in that direction, because this little girl, believe it or not, she's 6 years old. She was drinking sugar water. That's all she had. If you've ever been there, like I said, when they get the wheelchair, I'm going to do it in the daytime so you can really see where they're coming from. I have to take that risk, and I would take that risk because I believe the Spirit led me there. I'm not talking religion, talking something else to help this family, because, man, she's in dire straits, and I'll spend my last peso to make sure she's got rice, she's got milk, she's got diapers. And, we took them some mattresses and pillows over there yesterday, man. She was sleeping on the floor. I mean, I'm not a charity. And if you go to my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, you'll see I give indiscriminately through a spin wheel. See, because if I was trying to be like a charity, man, I'd get overrun. The need is just too great over here. But somebody pointed me in her direction, man. And, and I tell you, man, I've got to help them. I've got to take that risk, at least until the pandemic is over. 1,000 pesos a week, that's $20 a week. I can afford that, and making sure she's got those other little things. Yeah, we can do that, guys. We have to do it. Yeah. David Magic, hey, thanks for that super chat. He said, how's the lifestyle living near Old Navy bases? I don't know. But there's a lot of people that live up there, Subic Bay. And from what I see on the videos and stuff, man, it's so modern. There's a guy, Andy Omar, he lives up that way, man. And he was driving on the highway the other day. One of his videos, man, he looked like he was in the United States. So I guess it's, because it was around those bases. Hey, Jonathan Luna, thanks for that super chat, brother. I appreciate it. You know, I guess, you know, with the Army Corps of Engineers and all of that, I guess they fixed those areas up. So I'm pretty sure it's nice up there. Nobody special says, awesome what you do, brother, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But, you know, somebody did it for me, man. And I hope I never forget it. Yeah, somebody did it for me in my time of need. And I just, you know, that's just the way I was raised, man. I got compassion. I can't walk past true suffering, man. And if you help enough people, you're going to help the right people, you know, because people say, well, how do you know you're not being scammed? Well, that's none of my business, see. But if I help enough people, I'm going to help the right people. And, you know, scammers be damned. They, you know, they're going to get what they're going to get. You know, the universe is watching. John Reynolds says, hey, you're a great man, not only helping us with info about coming to the Philippines, but also helping the locals. Man, I tell you, like I said, John, you know, somebody did it for me, man. And, you know, my channel is for that, you know, because one of my next question was this. See, my channels and my comments is to be helpful, to give you that resource that I didn't have. Hey, thank you, Eric Terry, 19 for that super chat. Man, you have an impressive interview with Dr. Jane Elliott, man, I'm going to tell you. And I'm sorry I haven't been able to connect with you, but I promise I will, man, because I tell you, man, you're doing some great work in Miami, man. I have to tip my hat to you. And if you get a chance, guys, go by this Eric Terry's Facebook page, man. This guy's doing some brilliant stuff down in the Miami area. He interviewed Dr. Jane Elliott. She's one of the foremost educators, you know, on, you know, in America right now. And it's really impressive. Thank you, Eric, for that. I really appreciate you, brother. But he asked me, he says, how do I handle trolls? And it's real simple. They've got a had user from channel option now that I use, but I welcome people's perspectives, their opinions, their perceptions here, because I don't know it all. I'm not a know-it-all. But that's one thing. It's another thing when you attack me. See, that's how you can tell. I don't care if people don't disagree with me. That's your, you know, that's what the perceptions are. Hell, 7 billion people on the planet, 7 billion perceptions. Okay. But if you're going to attack me, then you have already shown me that you're a troll, and I'm not going to tolerate that. We're trying to help people on here. If you go in my comments, if I don't talk about it, somebody's talking about it, and that's what we're trying to do. This channel is a brotherhood, is what I've created here. If you're not here to give tips, you know, ask legitimate questions, give advice, give your personal experience, then you're not needed here. I'm sorry, but then that's what a troll is. They attack you. Bruce Backer says, do you think they will turn on you when you can't look out for them? I don't think so, because this family, see, one thing about Filipinos, and they get a bad rap for this. They don't beg you, man. They're proud people. If someone would not have asked me, point me in the direction of that family, they would have never sought help. They would have just stayed over there and made out the best that they possibly could. Now, do other people in that area get jealous? Yes. That's why I try to make my visits there as infrequent as I possibly can. Because, yeah, they do get jealous. They'll say, you know, I know what they're thinking. I can see it in their eyes. I've been here long enough to know that. You know, even my girlfriend will get jealous of me helping people. You know, because I don't know why, but it's just something that they do. So, but I'll be damned, man. You know, this little girl, and you know, like I said, I was talking about sending money over to people. If you're going to send money over, you have somebody like that, you know, and I don't care. I take all the criticism in the world for helping her, and I'll take every chance, because you know, she's going to perish otherwise. Hey, DG, keep the faith, brother, from New Orleans. Simplify. Yeah, I served with a lot of proud Marines, brother, on the USS John F. Kennedy. And let me give a shout out to the veterans while I'm thinking about it, man. All the people who serve their countries, I don't care if it's United States, Britain, Philippines, France, Ireland, Finland, Denmark. Man, if you put that uniform on, I salute you, man. The United States, Hawaii, because American Samoa, Puerto Rico, man. I got to give a shout out to you. Out of stock, sir. Thanks for that super chat. I really appreciate it. James Land says, "Hey, Calvin, I'm happy to join you once again. Keep up the good work, my brother." Thank you so much, James. I really, really appreciate your support, man. KW, just a dumb old boy from Texas. He said, "Calvin, I want to sponsor the 6-year-old for February. PM me what you need." Okay, brother. I'll tell you what. Send me an email at calroach1@gmail.com or send me a friend request at Calvin Cooley Roach on Facebook. That's my personal account. And we'll, do some things back and forth. It doesn't take a whole lot to help this young lady and her family. 1,000 sounds a lot, but it's really not. It's only like $20.80 right now, and that's what we're doing every week. But, and yeah, brother, how kind of you, James Land said it is, man. But in this time, man, of this pandemic, man, we got to help each other, man. If you got $2, you should be giving somebody one, really. That really needs it, because I'm gonna tell you, man, it's just been just some dark times right now, man. I mean, you're talking about in America, the richest country that's ever existed, and people are struggling, man. Imagine over here. I just do what I can for the people that I can. Tyreek Campbell, thank you so much for that super chat. He says, "Is it wise to befriend Pinoys, or should I stick with foreigners like myself?" There's going to be some cases where you can, I've got some Pinoy friends, but mostly through my girlfriend, because it's such a big culture difference, man. They're not going to laugh at your jokes, and you're not going to laugh at theirs. They're going to misinterpret practically everything you say. But what you can do is you can be friends with them in passing. Like, okay, my girlfriend, one of her friends' husband, he plays the keyboard. So we get together and, I'll sing and he'll play the keyboard. I'll buy him some beers and stuff like that. But actually hanging around with him and stuff like that, I don't do that. I hang around with John Wells really on Fridays. So yeah, you'd be better off, dealing with people who can understand you. But yeah, you're in the Philippines, so there's going to be times when you're going to have to associate with Filipinos, but it's going to be tough having an ongoing relationship with them because everything's so different, man. Danny Philippines says, in the province, I understand that, but in the area, do you interact with them? I do, but it's really just in passing. I'll say a few words. Like if you look on my Facebook page, Sunshine Show's Facebook page, whenever I go to pay the winner of the raffle, of that spin wheel I've got, there's a guard at the Palawan or M Lawyer. I'll buy him 2 hamburgers and a Coke or something like that, or the tricycle driver or something like that. But not really, because like I said, I don't laugh at their jokes. They don't laugh at mine. I don't really understand them. They have a baseline English. They're great people. See, one thing about the Philippines and the Filipino people is they leave you alone. They don't, hey, Patrick Peel, thanks for that super chat. I really appreciate it. They don't require that you hang around with them over here. It would be good to do it. Backer says, keep it real, Cal. You don't get homesick. I do. Not homesick, but I miss my grandkids and my children. And that's why I go home every other year for, a couple of weeks and I come back. But no, I don't miss my life in America. I promise you that. Friends and family, yes. But my lifestyle over there, I wouldn't change it for this, what I have here now. Because, hey, Adrian Fernandez, thanks for the super chat. He says, hey, Cal, please give this to some family in the form of chicken joy. My gift to whomever you choose. I trust your judgment. Thank you, Adrian. And trust me, guys, anything like that, when you tell me to do something like that, I'm going to do it because I always pay it forward. See, I believe in the law of compensation. If I ever misuse 1 peso of that, I know I got it coming. Okay. And at the same time, when I help people, I know that I'm going to be rewarded. And that's why, I really mean it when I say when you help other people, you help yourself. There's a law of compensation, whether you believe in it or not. But when you help someone, the universe will reward your sacrifice 10 times, 100 times, sometimes 1,000 times. It's happened so many times in my life, man. That's why I give from my heart. People can't cheat me. They can only cheat themselves. So I really don't worry about scammers and people trying to cheat me because they're going to get that. Monroe Smith says, hello, Calvin. How are you? And I love your channel, man. Thanks, Monroe, man. I'm in the best shape of my life, man. Right now at this moment. And that I can say that, man. I mean, there's no place I would rather be than where I am right now, doing what I'm doing, living the life that I'm living. It's like I'm living a dream, man. I get up early in the morning because I'm so excited to get it started again, And then when you look next to you, you got this beautiful woman, beautiful, intelligent, educated woman. And I only say that because I get tired of guys coming on here saying, competing. This is not a competition, man. Who can have the prettiest Filipina, the most intelligent, the wealthiest Filipino. Man, that's some third grade stuff, y'all. Keep that off my channel. Because most of the women that you're going to meet over here, they're going to have college educations, man. But we come over here, guys like me, to escape that sort of thinking. We live by our own standards over here. See? We live life as we choose. We're free over here. Free from all that criticism, all that skepticism and all that. We left that in America, guys. So when you bring it to my channel, I just politely ignore you. But, some guy says, oh, you vloggers have average women. Well, maybe in your opinion, they are average. But see, I don't live by nobody's standards but my own now. That's why I came over here, man. I'm free today. Just a dumb old boy. He said, 200 in your Cashapp. Thanks for being my boots on the ground. Keep helping folks, man. I mean, I can't even imagine that. I'm going to take that. We ordered the little girl wheelchair already. I've got enough for that. But what I'm going to do with that, I just was talking about fixing that floor in their house over there. I'm going to do that. I promise you. And I'm going to take you along with me, man, because I'm going to tell you, it's people like you that make the world go around, man. Hey, thank you, Martin Coffee. See, to $200 in America, man, it's like a drop in the bucket. But over here, man, I tell you, it can help a lot of people, and it will help a lot of people. I'm going to pay that forward. I'm going to fix that little girl's floor. But not only that, I'm going to also help a couple other families in that area with some bags of rice, because I can get a 25-kilo bag of rice for 1,100 pesos. That's about $22. Martin Coffee, man, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for that super chat. Platoon 1081 says, be interested in hearing about your friend John Wells' story regarding the Philippines. As a matter of fact, if you go on my channel, one of my first lives, if not my first live stream, was an interview with John. I had some technical problems, so we're going to do it again. As a matter of fact, I'll do it Sunday if it's okay, John. You're listening because he has an interesting story. But yeah, we did it already, but we'll do it again. We'll do it Sunday. Hey, Lenny said, greetings from Boston. Man, I went to the Tall Ships Festival in Boston in 1984 when I was in the U.S. Navy. Man, had a ball. Met a nice young lady there. We hit it off. And she was from Jamaica, actually, and she gave me some truth serum. It was some rum that she had gotten from Jamaica, man. I tell you, when I woke up, I was back on the ship. I don't know. I don't remember anything. I can't even tell you what happened that night, but she got out of me what she wanted to get out of me. The Dre Diggity Show says, I want an interview. Absolutely, brother. Send me your information at calroach1@gmail.com. We'll make that happen, brother, because we're part of the same YouTube community. You know, I don't have any problems with any YouTuber. I don't care what kind of content you're putting out there. If you think this is easy, I invite you to join us, because it's not, you know, to consistently create content, hold an audience, you know, put it out there. So yeah, Dre Diggity Show, we'll get that together. Michael Foster says, do you get guys to ask you to buy women in your province, or does that only happen in Manila? No, it happens everywhere in the Philippines. That's a good question too, because I was in a little place called Miagao, Iloilo. It's about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Iloilo City last year, and they busted a pedicab driver. Now the pedicab driver, he's the lowest on the totem pole over here. But they caught him and a prostitute in the park. The police walked up on them, and they were doing a little something. And come to find out, the girl only charged 200 pesos for her services. So no, it happens in the province. It happens in the city, all over. You know, it's the world's oldest profession. Rodenstein says, what's the cheapest? Okay, says, can we buy a one-way ticket? No, you can't buy a one-way ticket from the U.S. to the Philippines. You have to at least buy a round trip ticket or an onward ticket. But let me tell you something. A round trip ticket is going to cost you less than a one-way ticket. Okay, and that's been my experience. And depending on how long you're going to stay, you can always extend that ticket now when you get over here. If you're going to be here, say, for instance, you make your ticket from September 1st, you reserve it from September 1st to October 1st, and you decide you want to stay to November 1st, well, just call the airline. Now, you're going to have to pay a fee, a service fee, and then the difference in the ticket price, if there's a difference. But you have to buy a round trip, but it's going to cost you less than a one-way. When I came back to the Philippines, December 5th, 2018, my round trip ticket was only $600. That included everything. Yeah, in December 5th. But I purchased it in October of 2018. So, buy your ticket well in advance. It helps you. It helps depending on what day that you're flying on. They say it's cheaper on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. Just play with that. And then when you go on, see, right now, don't even go on there trying to get a price, because that's all screwed up. The demographics is off in those websites. It's not going to help you. He says, Cal Deadman says, if my house is there already and I don't have an SRRV, can I purchase a one-way ticket because I don't plan on coming back to the U.S.? Hey, well, see, the problem is leaving the USA. They're not going to allow you. See, I tried that before because I didn't know any better. One of the first times I came over, the Delta would not allow me to even check in with that one-way ticket. When they put my ticket through and saw it was one way, it kicked it out. They wouldn't allow me. Rag Jam Rock says your Jamaican lady probably gave you some Ray and Nephew White overproof rum. That stuff will knock you out. It knocked me out, brother. I don't know what it was, but boy, I don't remember anything. We were just there, getting it on, I guess. And I woke up on the ship, and I thanked her for getting me back to the ship safely, because I didn't do it on my own. Samal says, hello from England, UK. Hope to visit the Philippines again once traveling is allowed. Hey, greetings, brother. I was in England 1983. We were doing some workups on the USS John F. Kennedy before our Med cruise, and we steamed into Portsmouth, England. And then I took a tour to London, man. I love it there. I'm going to tell you what I loved about it, how shallow I was at that time. I was drinking then. You could drink on the street. The police didn't bother you. If you had a fifth or if you had beer or whatever, you just walk down the street, you could drink. But I loved it. I went to Trafalgar Square. Discos were popular then. Ended up meeting a woman in Portsmouth. Yeah, I liked it there, man. And the racial thing wasn't a big deal. England is a lot more progressive than America. I didn't have any problems, man, there. They treated me like I was everybody else. Cal Deadman asked, what's considered a drop ticket? I guess that's considered, what do you mean? Money that you're going to just lose. If you never intend on coming back to the United States and you buy a round trip ticket, then that return flight is considered a drop ticket, and that's just, how it is. A ticket, you're not going to use, rather, just money that you're throwing away. They call it a throwaway ticket here. Barry in the PA says, Calvin, how's everything down south, man? The hot weather's back, as you can see. We had a cold spell, Barry, going on for a little while. And I didn't like it, man. I love the hot weather over here because, I don't have a hot water heater. So when I take my showers, it's like lukewarm when the weather's like it is now. But when it was that cold spell, man, them cold showers, man, you can't get used to it. I'm sorry. But hey, anybody get a chance, go on Barry in the PI, go on his website. His YouTube channel. If you want to see how a successful expat lives in the Philippines. Yeah, he's humble. He's not going to tell you, but I'm going to shout him out. Go on there. It's Barry in the PI. Check him out. Hey, Calvin, it's snowing here in Lexington. Hope to travel to Paradise ASAP. Maybe you can hang out a day or two and give me a lay of the land. Absolutely, Ballin 1665. Now, is that Lexington, Kentucky? My birthplace? Because I moved to Louisville, Kentucky when I was 4. But I'm from Lexington. I was born and raised there. Jason Kincaid said his propane sold over here. Yes, sir. That's what we use to cook with. We got a propane tank, and it lasts about a month and a half, because we cook just about every day. It's about 800 pesos. It's about, it's about $15 or something like that. Samel says, you must visit again when you get a chance. England has changed a lot since the 80s. Drinking in the street is not now banned in most cities. Yeah, I would love to come back to England. I enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, I love Europe. I went to Italy and was treated, really, really well. Adrian Fernandez says he got $41 pesos per US. That's not good. I don't know. I'm not following that. conversation. So I guess he's talking about, I hope he's not talking about at the airport, because it's a, people always come on the my channel, my comments and say, oh, Roach, you're crazy to change your money at the airport. Well, let me tell you what it is today. January the 28th, 2021. At the airport, it's 47.6 pesos to the dollar. And at the bank, it's 48.07 pesos to the dollar. So it's a 0.47 pesos to the dollar difference. I mean, if you do $100, what is that? You're going to lose, that's four, let me see, for 10, it would be, so it's 47 pesos that you're going to lose for $100, guys. That's not a lot now. I'd rather do it at the airport and where I'm safe, I'm secure, and like I said, don't do it all. Don't exchange all of it. If I got $1,000, I'll go on and do it. Okay, that'll give me 47,600 pesos versus 48,000 pesos. I'm losing 400 pesos, which is less than $10 on 1,000. Come on, man. We really have to use our common sense. Remember, we're foreigners over here, and they're watching you 24 hours a day when you go into that bank, when you go into that exchange place on the street. They're watching you. So it could get shaky, man, especially in Manila and Cebu. Yeah, I don't want anybody. I don't want that problem, okay? But it's your money, and it's your choice. Adrian Fernandez said last time I was there, I got $53 per USD. When I got back here in December 5th, 2018, it was 53.84 pesos to the dollar. I couldn't believe it. It's the highest I ever seen. I exchanged as much as I could. And I bought with me something like, I bought 17,000 US dollars with me. I think I exchanged 10,000. I didn't bring it in cash. I bought like 6,000 in cash. But I exchanged about 10,000 cash altogether because I knew it wasn't going to last. But it lasted a long time. It was over 50. It was 50, somewhere around 50 before this pandemic. And once the pandemic is over, it's going to go back up, guys. Don't worry. The only reason the peso is so strong is because the trading, the importing and exporting is not normal. They don't need the US dollar right now. But once that everything opens back up like it normally does, the dollar's going to shoot back up, guys. Don't worry about that. I've seen it as low as 41 before, and we're at 48. That's still good. He said, hey, Calvin just sent you 20 on PayPal to help the little girl. Hey, thanks, Shell Wall. I really appreciate it. Guys, your kindness, your generosity, your support. She's going to be taken care of. I'm going to get that floor done. I'm actually I told them last night when I was there, I'm going to buy them a fan because when I go in there, I can't stay long because, man, it's super duper hot in there. And I just don't, but they get used to it because remember, they're from here. But she needs a fan and I'm going to buy that fan, just the little things like that. To make sure she's taken care of. And I really, really appreciate that, Shell Wall. Hey, Calvin, he said Melbourne bound from Oman. Hey, thanks for your kindness, generosity, and support, Melbourne bound from Oman. I always forget to mention Oman because I got a good friend in Bahrain. I guess that's how you pronounce it, over in the Middle East. And he's a contractor with the Navy. Adrian Fernandez says, if you spend like a local, it'll last you. If you try to impress, you will go broke fast. Absolutely. I try to stay somewhere in between, but mostly toward the local side as far as the neighborhood. This neighborhood I live in, man, it's nice. It's a middle-class neighborhood. You don't have to worry about nobody. I could leave my door open, which I have. overnight, nobody breaking in, because the people here, they got more than I have. They look across the street behind me. People got a nice house, new car, new truck, they got their own business. Hey, people live good over here. It's only when you live in those squatter areas and places like that that you really have to be careful. He said your email good for PayPal. My PayPal, Jason, is calroach2005@yahoo.com. Just go to any of my videos on my channel and you will see the link. Just click on that link. And then you will be able to donate through my PayPal. I appreciate it. Hey, Cal, can I bring over their Canadian currency? Absolutely. And then you're going to exchange it once you get here, because they don't, they only accept U.S. dollars, Canadian currency, British pounds, to exchange it to pesos. Because everywhere you go, they only want pesos. You go to the market, you go to the mall, grocery store, you buy your motorcycle, they're not going to take that currency. They want the peso. Peso is the king over here. Same as, you're welcome, Jason. It's the same as over in Mexico. That peso is a little different, their exchange rate, but it's called a peso because remember, the same people who colonized the Philippines colonized Mexico. So it's a lot of similarities. Adrian Fernandez says, what's your Cashapp, Cal? It's $CAL capital R, then Roach 2005. Go on into my videos and you will see. Oh, yeah. Thank you, out of stock, sir. Yeah, I appreciate it. Boom J says, bring new bills if and when you travel here, folks. Absolutely. Thanks for bringing that up. Brand new hundreds, brand new 50s. And if you got to bring 20s, brand new 20s. Anything less than that, you get a different. If you bring 10s, 5s, and 1s, you're going to get a different exchange rate if they accept it. All right. And they're shaky about accepting 20s. All right. So if I were you, I'd bring crisp 100s, crisp 50s. He says, does Prime America ring a bell? A.L. Williams, is this you? No, I've never done that. That was a little bit before my time, Mac White. He's talking about some insurance plans that salesmen used to offer years ago. He asked, is Prime America or A.L. Williams? No, that's not me. I don't do anything like that. As a matter of fact, for the last 12 years, I only specialize in Medicare health plans. No premium Medicare Advantage plans. I don't even really I haven't written a lot of life insurance since 2006. Christopher Leroy says, what simple items from America, USA, to worth bringing to Philippines? Well, I'll tell you what, sunscreen, underwear, t-shirts, lotion, even toothbrushes, guys. The toothbrushes over here, the hard over here would be a soft in your country. Toothbrushes, just simple stuff like that. Bring you some good mosquito lotion because it's expensive over here and you're going to need it. Yeah, little things like that. And then once you get over here and you figure out what they don't have, then you can just send yourself a ballot buying box, which is just this big shipper's box that OFWs, which is overseas Filipino workers, have made popular here in the Philippines, where they fill this box up and they send it back to their friends and family over here. It's a 1 upfront fee of $50 to $75. You don't have to worry about customs or anything like that. Just fill that up with the items that you see that you like that aren't over here. It says, good afternoon, Calvin. Hope you are well from Melbourne, Australia. Hey, thanks. His profile is a man. I appreciate that. Greetings to Melbourne. It's a funny story I got. That was supposed to be my second trip of my trip around the world. I was coming to the Philippines first, Perth, Australia second. Yeah, I saved up $20,000. Was all I had left from my divorce from my wife in America of 18 years. I walked away with $20,000. I said, well, hell, I'm going to take a trip around the world. I came to the Philippines. I didn't go nowhere else. I haven't been anywhere else. Crazy. Cal Dittman says $150 per box from Alaska. Yeah, it just depends on where you're coming from. I know the last buying box I sent was $59, but it's a price when you send two, a discount when you send two or more. He said Jake T H-Town checking in. What's up, Calvin? Hey, what's up from H-Town? Is that Hopkinsville? Is that what you're talking about? Jacob Tunge. He said the problem, PL says the problem with the U.S. dollar against the peso right now is that the Federal Reserve is printing so much money. The money supply is dramatically increasing. That could play into it, but that's not the reason why the peso is so strong. It's only strong right now because of the import and export. They don't need the money. They don't need U.S. dollars right now. So the peso is strong. This is what, I know to be a fact. Because if that's the case, it would plummet. Mac White says it's 46.9 now. American, no, it's 48.07. I just looked at it. Now, if you exchange it, if you send it somewhere like Remitly, Western Union, yeah, it's going Zoom, it's going to be 46.9 because they're going to take, not only they're going to charge you up front, but then they're going to take, they're going to charge you on the back end too with that exchange rate. Yeah. He said 3 years and Reginald Graham says, do you think the Philippines will open up in 2021? He says he plans on coming here in November 2021. According to the Philippine Department of Tourism, they're going to start allowing international visitors second half 2021. And they're going to do it region by region based on countries who have had a success containing the COVID. So, in the region, South Korea, China, Japan, Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand. Okay, then, America's probably somewhere, maybe the third quarter, I would say. It just depends on how fast they roll out this vaccine, I think. Just knowing the Philippines, if they can get enough people vaccinated, and if you show proof that you're vaccinated when you coming over here, I think that's going to accelerate that schedule. But for right now, they're talking second half. Robert Dame says for mosquitoes, use Avon. What's he saying? That's a good tip for me. I need to see what he's talking about. Send that to me again. I lost that. I said, oh, really? Okay. Any new update on traveling to the Philippines? Still waiting to purchase the ticket. Yeah, I just said it. JD says, why are the mountains around Davao so dangerous, but the mountains in other areas of northern Mindanao are safer? If there are NPA all over, what's the difference? I want to know for my own safety. Well, over there in Davao, I think it's Del Norte. or something like that. It's because they've been having, these fights with the military over there. It's kind of active over there right now versus, and they're not all over in the mountains, and they probably are, but some people, in the MPA, they're not, the MPA is not the Abu Sayyaf, okay? They know who their enemy is. It's not you that they're fighting. They're more like communist fighters or something like that. They're fighting the government. But yeah, it's only because it's kind of active right now in that part. But see, I just went through from San Carlos City to Bacolod City through Don Salvador Mountains, and I'm pretty sure, my girlfriend, her uncle is NPA. NPA, they're not, terrorists really. They're more like freedom fighters, I guess. They got their own beliefs and their own, beliefs and things that they deal with. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If the Filipino tells me don't go somewhere, I'm gonna take his word for it. They tell you where not to go, and then you don't go. Now, the United States, that's different. When I was in the service, they would always tell us to stay away from the bad areas, which end up being the party areas. Like we went to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. They said, don't go to Copacabana. Really? I'm going to go all the way to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil and not go to Copacabana Beach? Yeah, you talking to the wrong people. I'm going. I end up having the time of my life. But over here it's different. If they tell you don't go to Tawi, if they tell you, hey, don't go to Basilan, don't go to Holo Salu, don't go to them mountains up there in the Val del Norte and whatever, then you don't do it. I'm not going to question it. And I've been here and I haven't had anything that even resembles trouble, guys. This is a peaceful place. These people are peaceful people, provided you stay out of those areas, Morawi and all them places like that. Just stay away from that. The Philippines is vast. It's diverse. 7,641 islands. It's a lot of places you can go, and no one's even going to bother you. They're so busy with their daily activities of living, to earning a living over here. They're going to be excited to see you. They'll wave and smile at you, but that's about it, though. Corman FMF said he met a bunch of MPA at a beach beer bus at Bayawan in 1997. They rarely bother canals. See, he's right. Cano is what they call Americans over here. Yeah, Mac White says you cannot own land, period. And he's right. And I wouldn't even try to argue something like that. Now you can lease land up to 50 years and renew every 25 years, which, hell, you're probably going to be dead in 50 years. I would do that. I would do something like that. Hey, thanks, Jason Kincaid. He said, got to dip out on a weed run. Hey, peace out, brother. I appreciate it. I took a lot of slack for that, man, but I don't, man, because my channel's all inclusive, man. I'm not in 1930. I know that weed is legal in a lot of places that for my viewers, and they use it. I don't want to exclude anybody, man. It's because you drink and use weed over there don't make you bad. Hell, a lot of this, I'm more scared of these Christians. They the ones that scare me. Hell, Avon skin so soft. Okay, thanks, Rap Jam Rock, for that. He said, Mel, you did not want to use a post office. Right, Cal Deadman. Great. I made a video on that. You don't see mailman around here. That's one thing I miss. Now, if somebody sends you something by the mail, it's gonna be snail mail. It's gonna take forever, but you will get it, and somebody end up showing up at your house in regular clothes, knocking on your door. But there's no mailman. And see, just the thought that I might get something in the mail every day in America, man, excited me. I'm telling you, man, I look forward to the mailman every day, even though I may not really been 100% expecting something. Just seeing his truck on my street, man, would get my heart pumping, man. I mean, maybe this is the day I get that approval letter on my check that they've been owing me for so long. But over here, man, there's no mailman. It says, John Wells says, he uses Western Union for a bank-to-bank transfer, charges me no fee, but half a peso per dollar. Yeah, that's a good way to go too. Because that was one of the questions the guy asked me too. Let me get to the questions. He says, how do I send myself money over here? There's several ways to do that, guys. And there's no right or wrong way. It says, how do you send money? How do you send yourself money over there? I use Remitly because now I'm going to try to get me a bank account over here. I've never had a bank account here because I just didn't trust the banks. But now they got a BDO here and they're very strong. I'm going to try to get me a bank account here, but I use Remitly. But you can use your ATM card over here to draw from your bank in America. You can use the bank to bank, your bank in America, transfer it to your bank over here or your girlfriend's bank account over here. Usually, like John said, they don't charge you a fee, but they charge you an exchange rate. That's how they get their money. It's cheap. He said like half a peso, per dollar. You can use a remittance service like I do, Remitly, Western Union, Zoom, that sort of thing. That's about those three ways is about the only three, I think, that you can use. The ATM being the most expensive. I know people say something about Charles Schwab, but some people, I think there's got to be stipulations to that. You probably have to keep a certain amount in your account and all of that. And if you don't want to worry about that, then, because I'm going to tell you, use a regular ATM over here, just regular. The Philippines is going to charge you 200 pesos. Your bank's going to charge you 200 pesos. Then an international fee. It's going to eat you up. I paid $3.99 up front with Remitly. Then they charged me their exchange rate, a back-end exchange rate. So right now, the dollar's 48. I mean, the peso is 48.07. They're only going to give me 46.62. So see, they're going to get you on the front, on the back. So that's why I very seldom do it. I do it once or twice a month because, any more than that, you're going to hurt yourself. That's why I tell you, go ahead and exchange as much of your money as you possibly going to need for that month. Why keep running back and forth, increasing the chances of somebody watching you? Remember, every time you go there, they're going to see you going there, and they don't go anywhere. See, that's what I like about the Philippines. People are kicked back here, they're relaxed. They'll sit in that same chair by that exchange place every day, 7 days a week, and watch you go in there. You won't notice them, but they'll notice you. See, so you want to limit that kind of stuff. Just keep people safe. Super duper Hayseed Farm Boy, thank you for that super chat. He says, just subscribe. Wanted to thank you for sharing what you have learned. Compliments from Western Kentucky. Hey, that's a homeboy, man. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I like driving at Western Kentucky Parkway. I had a friend that lived in not Hopkinsville, Hodgensville, Kentucky. Adrian Fernandez says 20,000 pesos is plenty for a few days. Absolutely. That's about $500 here. I mean, that should last you a lot more than a few days. I mean, what the hell are you doing? Partying? Yeah, that's going that will last you a long time. Jabrask Drew says, just tell them to tell their bank to open the debit card in the PH. Then always take out as much as you can, but inside the mall. Well, yeah, that you got to tell your bank that when you come over here, but they're still going to charge you fees. you know, because after a while, what happened to me was if you don't inform your bank, now my Capital One, which is the only credit card I use over here, I don't even have to inform them anymore that I'm in the Philippines or anywhere I go. They've got that type of security. But my bank, I have to let them know I'm over here. And the first time I came over here, I forgot to do that. And my ATM card stopped working. So I told them, of course, they unlocked my card, but they still charge me a fee. Now, some banks are different. They won't charge you a fee. But the Philippines is going to charge you a fee. You're going to pay that fee. I tell you that. In their ATM, using their ATM machines over here, yeah, you're going to pay their fees. And not only that, guys, look, go inside the mall, go inside the bank when you're using ATMs, because there's a band of gypsies traveling around the Philippines, and they're skimming these ATM machines, and they're very, very good at it, guys. They're getting a lot of money. One guy recently was caught because he was greedy. Hell, he had in a matter of like 4 hours, the guy had like 339,000 pesos that he had skimmed. I mean, come on, it's a fortune over here, you know, but he kept being greedy and they caught him. And but be careful, especially if you're in one of these resort areas and using these outside ATMs. It's a no-no. Go in the bank, go in the mall. Otherwise, use Remitly or someplace like that. Otherwise, they're going to get you. And also, another thing, and when you go in these airports here, the pier and different places, they're going to give you access to free Wi-Fi. Do not open up your bank account, your PayPal, your Cashapp, or anything like that. I made that mistake in 2019. No, in 2020. No, 2019. And they took $2,500 out of my checking account. They were over in South Carolina. The only way I found out, I get notifications. I cut my card off, and of course I was reimbursed. It took them about 10 days to give me my money back. But what they did was, I was waiting to go from Dumaguete to Siquijor Island, and I checked my balance in my bank account, and I didn't think no more about it. Well, I got back, and maybe 2 days later, bing, 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 I get 5 notifications, 500 each. Somebody down in South Carolina. And that's when they got me. See, so don't ever do that. See, those are legitimate scams. Now, when these women ask you for money online and give you some sob story, that's not a scam, guys. Those women are beggars. Those women are, they're panhandlers. Okay, let me get back to my questions because I've got about 15 more minutes left on here. We've already talked about the exchange rate. He says, is it difficult to extend my visa when I'm there? No, it's one of the simplest things to do when you're over here. That's my girlfriend's daughter and her best friend behind me. That's Angel. That's the one that plays the guitar on that song we did, the video we did. They're best friends. But anyway, as a U.S. citizen, and for most countries, you get 30 days on your just from your passport when you arrive in the Philippines. And then you can extend as a U.S. citizen up to 36 months without ever leaving. You just go to the Bureau of Immigration. And you don't want to wait till the last day. I usually wait about a week out when it's ready to expire, and you go extend 1 month, 2 months, or 6 months. I usually do it every 2 months because 6 months is a long time. Anything can happen. I don't want to leave any money on the table over here. So every 2 months, even though it's become a headache for me now because I have to go all the way to Bacolod. See, when I was in Zamboanga or someplace like that, and you can just catch the tricycle there, it's no big deal. But now I got to go 2.5 hours. It still doesn't matter, okay? But it's real simple. In Zamboanga, they do everything for you. They'll just ask you behind the glass how many months you want. You say 1, 2, or 6. You sign it, date it, and give them the money. That's it. They do everything for you. Bacalus, really quick. Tacloban, really quick. The Dumagetti, Cebu, Manila, it's an all-day affair, but it's easy. It's easy. It's simple. It's nothing. Okay. Another question. Hey, he said it's rain, and he said it's snowing in Louisville, Kentucky. Wow. You know, I kind of miss the snow in a strange way. You know, just sitting, watching it snow outside the window, you know, when you're sitting in a warm house. I miss that a little bit. He says Airbnb or hotel. Well, since I discovered, remember, I'm an old head. And it took me a while to discover Airbnb, but once I discovered it, I won't do hotels anymore unless there's no Airbnbs available, because we like to cook our own food. Is it cheaper? A lot of times, no. It's going to cost you more to cook your own food, but it's safer. It's more healthier because, you know who's touching the food. You know the sanitation surrounding it and everything. But a guy told me a long time ago about Airbnb. He said, look, Calvin, he said, people have nice things. He said, you might as well take advantage of that. And it's cheaper. You get more bang for your buck in an Airbnb than you do with a hotel. There's an Airbnb, and I've got it on my channel, Where to Stay in Dumagetti. It's called Heidi's Cabin, man. It's about as nice of an Airbnb as you're going to ever see. I mean, it's super duper clean, real mattresses, cold air. She gives you free Wi-Fi. She gives you free cable. You got refrigerator, you got the toaster, you got the coffee maker, you got hot and cold water in the shower. Everything, man. It's a beautiful place. You got this big iron fence, security fence. She gives you the key to. This is really, really nice. Also, when I went to Manila to get my son's CRBA done to make him a U.S. citizen, we stayed in a condominium. Listen to this, a condominium right across from the embassy on the 17th floor, $20 a day. Brand new condominium, man, with cable, free Wi-Fi, hot and cold water. It was a studio, but I'm just saying, it's just so much cheaper in my opinion. It's just so much better to me. Mel A says, is it safe to carry more than $100? What is that in Filipino money? It's about 5,000 pesos. And yeah, that's safe to do. And you got to realize something, guys. That could be 5 bills or 10 bills. There could be 5 1,000 peso bills or 10 500 peso bills. But the problem here with carrying 1,000 peso bills, people treat you like it's counterfeit money unless you go to a major mall or a major grocery store. Otherwise, you're going to have the damnedest time cashing 1,000 peso bill. They look at it like it's counterfeit, and in some cases, even 500. So what I do, I usually carry about 1,000 on me. That's really enough here, man. We're in the Philippines. They asked me about my 300 rule, that I don't spend over $300 for anything in my house here. No appliance, no piece of furniture, nothing. Because this is the Philippines, guys. I don't need a $1,000 living room suite or $1,500 70-inch screen, widescreen TV. I mean, if you want to do that, you can. But man, I'm in the Philippines, man. I don't need all that stuff. It's the same with carrying money around. 5,000 pesos is a lot to carry around unless you're going to the grocery store or to the mall and you plan on spending most of it. Otherwise, why are you going to carry that kind of money in the Philippines? That's a month's pay over here. I carry 1,000, that's it. And then I carry if I know I'm going to the store, which is the only place, by the way, I use my credit card, is at the grocery store or a major mall. I have my credit card. Other than that, 1,000 is enough. Cal Dittman says, I travel in taxis and I only pay $500. I don't know what that's for. I don't know why he said. He says there are good Airbnb places in Manila, I guess, Calvin. Oh, absolutely. If you go on my channel, I've got where to stay in Manila. I show you where we stayed. We stayed right around, not far from the airport, and it was right around that big casino. I can't think of the name of it. It was $40 a night, but this place was, super nice, brand new. Because I didn't want to go too far. The Manila traffic, man, that's one reason I don't go to Manila a lot, man. It's a deal breaker for me. I don't have the patience to deal with that traffic there. And that's why I always give somebody, if this is going to be your first trip to the Philippines, make your arrangements around Cebu. Now, if you've already met a girl up in Luzon and it's better, more convenient to fly into Manila, then go ahead. Okay? But I want your first experience in the Philippines to be in Cebu, away from all that traffic, man. I'm telling you, man, man, I'm gonna tell you, you don't want that. You don't want to sit in that traffic like that, and you hear that taxi thing keep clicking. It'll drive you crazy, man. So don't do that. But yeah, they got some nice Airbnbs there. Andy Omar said hotels increased prices since COVID. Yeah, he's right. And that's why I'm kind of, I know in America, the way they do business, because it's capitalist, they're probably going to give you a lot good deals and the prices are going to come down. But here, they're probably going to go up. That's just the way they do business here. Instead of prices going down and, getting their money back based on volume, here, they're going to use the opposite rule. They're going to raise the prices up and, to try to get their money back. And I think it's going to hurt them. If they were smart, they would lower the price and get it back, a little bit at a time. It's almost like, ask 1 million people for $1 versus asking one person for $1 million, But that's the mindset they have over here. Matt White says hotels have decreased since COVID. I hope so, because otherwise it's going to hurt their business. Because Airbnbs, I'm going to tell you something. When we went to Boracay in 2019, it was Valentine's Day 2019. I rented an Airbnb. I promise you, it was 100 meters from the beach. It was $12 a day in Boracay. Yeah, it was just a basic room, hot and cold water. It was like it was a house, and then it had 3 rooms, 2 bathrooms. So, shared bathroom, but no one was ever there. We were the only one there, but it was $12. But the last 4 or 5 days, we stayed in the Henan Lagoon Resort because they brought their prices down. That was at the time when Boracay was just reopening from that 6-month shutdown. And man, we stayed in a 9,000 peso a night suite for 3,000 pesos. I wanted my son to experience that. It was nice. He says, your channel's growing bigger every day, expat. Yeah, to people like you, thanks to people like you. I owe it all to people like you, because I'm the same guy that I was when I used to talk to nobody. In July, you go back and see some of my old videos back in them days. I'd be lucky to get 50 people watching, but I didn't care because I knew eventually that the information that I was offering, I didn't know, but I was hoping that eventually it would catch on. I knew it was certainly needed. Because that's the reason I made it, because nobody was on the other side of the camera telling me the things that I'm telling, sharing their experiences. They was making the Philippines look like a holiday world or something like that. And I was like, no, hold on now. That's not going to help anybody. So And that's what keeps me humble, man. You know, I'm thankful I'm helping more people are watching. Um, but it's only because of you. It's not because of me. And that's what keeps me humble, man. You know, but I made most of my videos, man, I made long before the algorithm caught me. I did it out of boredom, man. You know, I was about to go crazy down in Zamboanga City. Mel A says Amex used there. Absolutely. I have an American Express card, but I very seldom use it unless I go to somewhere like there's one restaurant I go to, Jerry's restaurant in spelled Gerrys in Cebu, or one of the major malls. I use my American Express there only. Otherwise, Super Duper Hayseed Farm Boy says, have you seen the Filipino Pete? She built 50,000 sub channel in 8 months. I've heard of her, yeah. And, you know, she does basically the same thing I do, except she just does it in different language, really. I mean, I talk the nitty gritty. You know, a lot of people, like with her, she's very, very successful, but I just like to talk to the regular, everyday Joe type of guy that who I am on the street. See, and she has her, you know, she has her clientele, and she does a great job. You know, saying, and thanks, Andy. Says, nice channel, by the way. You know, Andy was one of the guys that helped me early on. You know, he gave me a shout out one time, man, and that's why when guys come to me and say, "Hey, I want to do an interview. Can you come on my channel?" Blah blah blah. Absolutely. I don't hesitate. Doesn't matter if you have 2 subscribers or 2,000 subscribers. Another guy that helped me was the Black American Expat Radio. Let's see. Vagabond Await, Dan, he was the first one to help me. You know, he's got like 30-something thousand subscribers. I'm saying these people didn't have to do that. You know, who else? Let's see. Dr. Mike TV. These are other guys, you know. I forgot the other guy's name. He's from Canada. He's a singer. This guy's talented. He's a world-class ice skater. And sorry, brother, because I can't pronounce your name, man. He's from Haiti, so he's French. He's got a French name. I can't pronounce it. And I'm really sorry, but yeah, him. So anybody that asks me, of course, I'm gonna help you, because we're all part of this YouTube community, man. That means a lot to me. I don't care about nobody else. I'm not gonna fight with anybody else on the YouTube community. I'm not gonna put anybody's channel down, because I know how hard this is. It's not easy, man. Especially, man, YouTube has made it extremely hard for you to even earn 1 peso on this thing. You better do it because you like doing it, because you're not gonna get rich, you know. Doug Carr says, hello, Cal. Hey, Doug, thanks for stopping by. Adrian Fernandez, he says, if it was a guy who did exactly what she does, she wouldn't grow so quickly. Whatever she's doing, I'm going to tell you, man, she's doing something right. The ball in 1665 said, he said, did everyone on this live give Calvin a thumbs up? Hey, thanks, man. I keep forgetting that, man. I'm green at this, guys. Remember to ask, hit the like button, subscribe if you like, you know, and Snapchat is one of the ways you can support my channel, you know, hit that. See, I always forget to mention that stuff, man, because I just like to come over here. Hey, Corman FMF, thanks for that super chat. My brother was a corpsman in the Navy. He's a licensed practical nurse in Louisville, Kentucky now. He's got like, he got out of the Navy in 1988. He's been working in a clinic for the homeless since then. So he's got 32 years. He's got 40 years of civil service right now. He was a corpsman in the Navy. He was the reason I joined the Navy, as a matter of fact. So thank you for that. Yeah, remember to share it too. See, I miss all that. I just like to come on here and talk with you guys. I'll make a video to try to help you. to tell you what you're really going to see when you get here. Yeah, it is a magical place, man, but not all the time. There's some pitfalls and mistakes that you can make. I just try to help you avoid them. I don't preach to you or anything because, hey, Joseph Singelke, thanks for that super chat, man. Thanks for your continued support. I really appreciate you, brother. He's one of my early supporters, man. And, I always shout them guys like him out, Joseph out, because they went here, man, when I had, like I said, I started out with 359 subscribers because they were my daughters. This channel, see, if you look at my YouTube, it'll say I've been on here for 10 years. Only because 10 years ago, is when I first came to the Philippines. I was just doing, touristy like videos. And then in 2014, I was trying to promote my daughter's music career. So those 359 subscribers were hers. Well, Joseph's been with me since I've had like 400, 500 subscribers. Hey, expat, he said he was on the USS Carl Vinson, 1988 to 1992. I used to see that all the time. I think that was that CV-69? Because I know the Nimitz was CV-68, I think. The Kitty Hawk was CV-64. Kennedy was CV-67. Hey, Chris Chapel, thanks for that super chat. I really appreciate it. They're delivering my water. I have filtered water delivered every day. It's 25 pesos for about 10 liters. And they've got good water over here. Good filtered water, good bottled water. But don't drink the water out of the tap, guys, when you get over here. I know that's something we're used to doing at home. But don't do that here. VN69, okay. I thought so. Yeah. Was on the USS Barb, SSN. He was on the submarine, huh? 596. Okay, Doug, I hear you. But those are like the heroes when you're in the Navy, to be honest with you. Then the USS Dixon. See, when I got lucky because I finished like in the top 2 of my A school class. They gave me short duty first. I spent 2 years at the Naval Air Station in Memphis, Tennessee, which it's actually in Millington, Tennessee. I guess it's about 25 miles on 41. I think they call it the Danny Thomas Parkway now. I'm thinking it's been so long ago. That's a damn bumblebee. Them things are big over here. I spent my first 2 years there. Then my last 2 was on the USS John F. Kennedy, CV-67, the aircraft carrier. I loved it, man. I tell you. Because, it's like the aircraft carrier, they call them the Cadillac of the fleet. Because the only time I ever felt any waves was when we went to the North Atlantic. And we were on our way to England. That's the only time. Other time, it's like just being on the ground, really. I mean, and it's really, really nice. I met somebody new every day. Nobody special says, what can a foreigner do to adapt to the water, germs, bacteria? Well, just being here, really, like I said, the filtered water and the bottled water, you're not going to have any problems with that. But you'll never get used to the tap water. It may give you malaria or something like that. Yeah, down Ridgeway, it's Buca Seguro. Okay, Buca Seguro. That's who that brother was that I was trying to tell y'all from Canada. He's talented, man. Go check him out. You know who he reminds me of? Not only in looks, but his music. Andre 3000 from that rap group, I forgot. This guy's talented, though. He writes, produces music, singer, plays the piano. He's a world-class, figure skater. The guy can do it all, man. And when I saw he had subscribed to my channel, man, it blew me away. I was like, what the hell does he want with my channel? But come to find out, he's just a regular Joe, but he's just talented as hell. But check his channel out. He's a nice guy. He, follows his family around and different things in Canada. He lived here in Manila, in Luzon for several years. Let's see. Yeah, Outcast. Yeah, JB79. Thanks for that, man. I'm 57, man. But when they were hitting big, I was still listening to rap. But now I've kind of slowed on this mumble rap, man. I can't get with this mumble rap. So, when I was in high school, 11th grade, that's when the Sugar Hill Gang first came out. Rap became big, but it was different than it is today. They actually had good music all the way up through the 90s, man. But then now this mumble rap, I can't get with that. I don't know what they're saying, really. And I can't follow the message. See, in the 90s, the 80s, and like the early 90s, there was a message to it, man, and it was powerful. But now, shoot. I tell you what, yeah, Mike White, 1979, and Sugar Hill Gang. What was it called? What was that song called? It was the Good Times was the music, was the sample they used. I forget. Yeah, Gurkha, man. She has a fun channel, man. She's successful. You can't knock success. And I would never criticize another YouTube channel. I wouldn't. That's just how I am. We're all part of that community. Yeah, I forgot the name of the first rap song. Not the Breaks. Yeah, that's Curtis Blow you're talking about, Jeff. But the Sugar Hill Gang had the first Rapper's Delight. How can I forget that, man? I'm losing it over here. I've been in paradise too long. But yeah, that's when it was fun, man. Now I don't know what they're saying. I can't get into it. Doug Carr says, I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel. Come on, man. But I'll tell you what. He said, Calvin, can you boil the water and drink it as it cools from tap water? I'm just curious. For a long time, I'm going to tell you, when I was in Zamboanga, that's the type of, I didn't know that my mother-in-law was doing that for my coffee. And I guess what you don't know can't hurt you, because it never bothered me. But that's what she was doing until one morning I came downstairs and I was like, oh, I don't want that water. But that's what she had been doing for like 3 or 4 months. So I guess you can, Monroe Smith, because for 3 or 4 months I was drinking that boiled tap water in my coffee and didn't even know it. So I guess you could do that. He said, I went to Jacob Tong said, I went to junior high school with Master G in New Jersey. That's funny, because everybody back then was Master something. I'm Master G, I'm Master P. But Web Design Faster, he said, I don't use that water anymore at all, not consciously. That's the truth. He said, bang, bang, the biggie to boogie to beat. Yeah, it's true. I love rap then, but now they said the Dunner man, the Dunner man said the best chicken I ever had was in New Orleans, Willie Mae's Scotch House. Will change your life. Hey, thanks for giving our shout out. I'm gonna tell you, you want the best chicken in the Philippines, bar none. You go to a fried chicken. You go to the Pancake House. I guarantee you, man, it's the best chicken in the Philippines, man. Period. It is delicious. And they give you real size chicken pieces. That's delicious, man. Yeah, rest in peace, Hammer and Hank Aaron. I remember when he broke the record, man. We were watching it on television, man. He had death threats, he had everything. But I remember he hit it and he made that slow trot around the bases. Man, I'm lucky to have grown up in the era that I did. We've seen so much, man. Thanks for bringing that up, man. Rest in peace, Hank Aaron, man. people like that, you know, he was a hero to me, man. You know, guys like that. Yeah, I do like Kendrick Lamar. He says, well designed faster. It says, boil the water and you will see it turns color. Man, I tell you, I'm gonna take your word for it because I could have killed her once she told me that she was boiling that water, doing that for me. I could have killed her. He said, yeah. He says, fried chicken and pancake house. Absolutely. And they have delicious pancakes. But let me give you another tip, another inside tip on pancakes. You're not going to believe this. Jollibee has the best pancakes. Now, I ain't talking about that old McDonald's stuff. No. You get over here, do yourself a favor. If you like pancakes like I do, you buy your order Jollibee pancakes. Thank me later, man. I promise you, man. He said, the Donna man says the grits and the pH. No, they use rice over here for everything. Rice is their bread, it's their potatoes, it's everything. Yeah, see, the Donna man, that's funny. Donna man. Is that, I hope I'm saying that right? He said I would legit miss grits. See, that's one thing, that's one sacrifice you're going to make when you come over here. But it's really going to help you. A lot of the comfort foods you're used to, you're not going to be able to access them here. So, number one, you're going to lose weight, man. You know, you're going to start eating better. Jeff W. says, really? I would try pancakes at Jollibee here in the U.S. Yeah, they've got good pancakes, man. I ain't going to lie. Mac White says, Chooks to go. I love Chooks to go. But I'm going to tell you something, Mac. What turned me against Chooks to go? Hey, out of stock, sir. Thanks for that super chat. I'm going to tell you what turned me off from Chooks to go. This was last January, on my way, right when I was getting ready to go to Cloven. I stopped at Chooks to go to get, it was the night before, actually, to get my dinner. Got me, the chicken, the roasted chicken. Got home, cut it open, man. It was a yellow liquid running out of the damn. I didn't even take it back. I was so disappointed, man. And I haven't ate there since. It was just this yellow liquid running out from the chicken. I guess it was a bad chicken. Hey, Bobby D, thanks for stopping by. He said he's turning in. I'm going to turn it in too, guys. I've got to go over here and pick up something for the little girl. And I've been on here a lot longer. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, he says, retired 2019, said Hank Aaron was an amazing player and a better person. Yeah, he was. I have to say it, man. If they have corn there, you can have grits. Make your own. AC King. Great. You're right. And they do that, as a matter of fact. Thanks for bringing it up, AC King. Because my son's mother, her family lives up in the mountains in Lannis, in Naga City, Cebu. And when I first went up there, they got this old corn grinder. I was like, what is that? She said, we grind the corn. When we can't get rice, that's what we eat. And so I guess, that would be considered like grits. Fish and radiation news, is it safe? Michael Foster says, is the fish safe over here, man? The Philippines has some of the best tasting fish you will ever taste. Me being from Louisville, Kentucky, it's easy for me to say. All I had access to was frozen fish at Kroger, Safeway and all them places like that. But when you come over here, it's right out of the ocean. I mean, you literally get it right out of the ocean. It's just delicious, man. It has a lot of that fish oil. What is it? I mean, that's why you're so strong. I'm so strong over here, man. But the fish is, it's delicious over here. I mean, they got red snapper, they got lapu-lapu, blue marlin. They've got the freshest fish over here, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's to die for over here. Adrian Fernandez says chicken joy. I like that chicken, but it has nothing on that pancake house. Trust me. Christopher Wolfgang, what's up, man? Thanks for that super chat. Thank you so much for your continued support of my channel, man. You've been amazing, man. I tell you, and it's with guys like you, man, that I keep going. Really, it's true, man, and it humbles me. I'm flattered. Demetrius Boy said, "Do they fry fish over there like down south?" Absolutely. I'm telling you, man. They've got, and what you can do. See, what my girlfriend does, she just uses a little bit like salt and pepper and then fries it like that. But they've got some coatings over here, crispy fry and different things like that. If you put it over, man, if you close your eyes and you eat that fish, you think you back in the United States. I'm telling you. And Danny Philippines is right. He said they fry everything. But, man, and that's what I would suggest to anybody to do. 1,000 pesos, 2,000 pesos. Buy your oven, man. Fry, eat. So, but one thing I give the Filipino credit for, he makes great soup. They make great soup over here. And like once or twice a week, we'll eat soup here, to give me a break from that fried stuff, man. But yeah, they make great soup over here. And they've got something called barbacoa around the corner. It's the best probably in the world. Because most times barbacoa is just water and some pork skins. But over here, they've got beef. It's like a stew, like, man, consistency. It'll have you biting your fingers, man. It's called MB barbacoa. It's delicious, man. I never heard it till I never heard of barbacoa till I came here to San Carlos City. And I tell you, I eat it once a week. It's delicious. Demond Morales, yeah, I don't eat pork over here. Every now and then, if somebody's birthday party or something like that, and they have a lechon, I'll eat some of the skin. Or my girlfriend will have some leftovers, and she'll make some paxo or something like that. It's like like an adobo, like with the leftovers. Oh, it's delicious. But otherwise, no, I stay away from pork, man. And that's the truth. But hey, guys, thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it, man. Everybody sent a super chat, man. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're going to pay it forward. If you sent PayPal, if you sent Cashapp, thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you're a viewer, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I'm just a regular Joe, guys. I'm going to give you the nitty gritty. I'm boots on the ground here because when it opens up, when you come over here, I want you to have a safe time, man. I want you to enjoy yourself. I don't want you to make the mistakes I made. My mistakes have become my secrets. I give them to you now. See, I'm going to let you know where to go, where not to go, what to do. See, I'm making a video right now. All my videos are live. There's no editing them, okay? I just sit in front of the camera and make it. But when I say I'm making a video, meaning I'm getting the thoughts in my mind about, I'm going to show you how to meet your Filipino wife in 1 week, man. But you have to come over here, And why I'm saying that, now, y'all know I read you that quote from that Filipina. She says, get off the dating sites. And I'm not against dating sites. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just as easy if you come over and meet them. Have somebody introduce you to somebody, even if it's a stranger. Say, hey, can you go and tell that girl that I give her my number or something like that. But I'm going to show you how to meet your Filipino wife in 1 week. See? And if you're coming over here for 2 weeks, I don't blame you. Meet somebody online. You're only going to be here for 2 weeks. But if you're coming here and you're really trying to get serious with somebody and you're trying to, build a relationship or something like that, man, you need to come over here. You need to get off the line for that, man. You need to get off line for that, with that. Because remember, only 45% of Filipino adults have access to the internet. So where's the other 55%? Those are the ones you're not even seeing. Then only a small percentage are online, and even a smallest percentage on the dating site. So you're limiting yourself. Guys, listen to me. If you don't hear nothing else I've said for this last hour and 49 minutes, it's some stunners over here. It's women that you will see just at the marketplace that are so beautiful. Never been told they're beautiful. I don't know what kind of woman you like. That's why I say come over here, because they're all shapes, sizes, and colors. But I'm going to tell you something. You'll see some native Filipino women over here that will knock your socks off, man. You'll be like, man, you have to stop yourself from staring. And then they'll have these ponytails, because they're working at the market. And these daggone, I call them coochie cutters, man. They wear them shorts over here because it's so hot. Do yourself a favor, guys. Come on over here. But, hey, if you're in America, it's getting late. Before you hit the bed tonight, man, find somebody to help. If you're on one of those late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're on your you're getting off second shift, man. You see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. Okay. If you're in the Philippines, man, it's about, let's see, what time is it? It's almost 12 noon. We got a whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. The pandemic has wiped out 10 million jobs over here. People think I'm playing. It's true. It's important we find somebody to help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for all the super chats, the PayPal, the Cashapp. Man, you guys are a blessing, man. It's easy for me to stay humble because without you, there is no sunshine shoulders. Take care. God bless you.